I want to have a house.
Done.
In Scottsdale.
Nowhere better.
I want to get married.
What you doing on Friday?
And I want to have kids.
How many?
2.
I was thinking 3.
Maybe 3.
You're perfect.
No. I get it. You're amazing, and anyone is going to be lucky to be with you. But let's talk about love bombing since it is an actual thing. This is an asterisk. The reason why love bombing is so important to know that you're being love bombed is because dysfunction follows it quite immediately. All right, let's get into it. What does it look like? Grand gestures. Early saying that they found their soulmate. Future faking right off the bat. Gifts, trips, early promises, minimizing their past relationships to put you on a pedestal, excessive attention, excessive compliments. I know, you're amazing, but excessively. Rushing to say I love you, disrespecting your boundaries. And this last one is going to be really weird, but rushing into commitment.
Yeah, I am definitely a victim of love bombing. I don't know if you guys seen my last video when we spoke about when a man is testing you, and I mentioned that it was this guy that I was dating fresh out of my divorce, and I was so green. I was such an infant when it came to dating, and this guy literally took me on a journey, okay? And I didn't even know he was love bombing me until after I gave him the cookies. I said, in our 30s, are we still doing this? Just saying sweet nothings to a woman to get her panties. Well, baby, that night was amazing, so I guess it was a win-win. But I now know moving forward, if I ever decide to get back in dating, that I will be looking out for signs such as love bombing. And once I got out of under his spell, because I was just so mesmerized of how fine he was and how caring he was and all of these compliments, especially coming out of a very toxic relationship with my ex-husband and how I was being treated, all I wanted to hear was a guy giving me validation. I know, I was definitely a sucker for this, and I had to learn, and that's when I had to pull away and really focus on myself. But I know that I'm not alone on this, okay? Some of us are being love bombed right now. Not me, because I have been single and celibate since that situation. But let's talk about this right now. Let's get into it, Rych Babes. I am just so excited about this because everybody needs to know about this love bombing thing. Because in my 30s, I did not even know what the hell love bombing was. So, with that being said, Rych Babes, make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Please comment down below your stories, your experience. I'm not ashamed to even admit that I didn't know what love bombing was. Look, it is what it is. I will not be back at the end of this commentary, and I hope you like this video. Make sure you share it. Make sure you comment. Make sure you like. Make sure you're subscribed, honey. If you're not subscribed to the best community ever on YouTube, I don't know what you're doing. All right, my loves, I will see you next time. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let's go.
Here's some simple signs that let you know you being love bombed. He's love bombing you. You know what I mean? Like, so if he doing these things, that's definitely what's happening. All right, pay attention to these signs. Number 1, they compliment you. All right, they compliment you, and to the point where, you know, they tell you everything that you want to hear. They sing your praises. You know what I mean? They say you're the best thing that ever happened to them in their life. You know, nobody else could match you. You know what I mean? When you walked into my life, I knew you would have won, this and that. Like, they sing high praises really quick. Number 2, they buy you gifts. Like, they'll buy you gifts like the second date. You know what I mean? It's only y'all second date, third date. Like, they may fuck around and buy you a whole iPad or a car or something. You know what I mean? Like, they gonna do something like that. They gonna buy you some expensive shoes, jewelry on the second date. You don't even know each other, but, you know what I mean? That's what love bombing is. And number 3, they'll try to force a relationship, you know what I mean? Or heavy commitment, marriage, whatever. And y'all ain't even really known each other for that long, but they're gonna try to tell you how much they love you and, you know, like, I love you so much. Like, let's just be in a relationship. Let's just be committed to each other. Like, I can't see myself with nobody else but you. You perfect, this and that. Why not be together now? You know what I mean? I feel like we perfect together. They're gonna try to manipulate you. Even if you're trying to just chill, take things slow, They're gonna try to manipulate you, convince you by telling you how much they love you. You know what I mean? And break you down in that way. All right, like a shift part 2.
Okay, here are the top 5 signs a guy is love bombing you, because if you see these, you need to run away. Number 1, he is saying things he should not be saying early on, such as, I can't wait to marry you, or I'm gonna marry you one day, no one's ever made me feel this way before, you complete me, my life is complete now that you're here, I've never been so in love, you are so perfect. Like, these things are very extreme, and they're probably saying them within the first few dates or first month or so. Number 2, they're talking excessively about the future, which is related to the first one, but really planning a future with you. Marriage, kids, the house you're gonna buy, all the places you're gonna travel, growing old together. And it's really early on. Number 3, it feels so intense and so fast paced that you literally feel like you can't even slow this guy down if you wanted to. Like, he needs to talk about the future all the time. He needs to plan the future with you. He is always imagining this big, beautiful life with you. And he's not really present in getting to know you, asking you questions, really like taking the time to figure out if you're a good match. He's just already decided you're a good match, and like, there it is. Number 4, he's spending a lot of money on you, buying you nice gifts, taking you shopping, just kind of trying to buy your love with his money. Number 5, they're usually very needy. Like, they want to be with you all the time, or they want to be talking to you all the time. They always need your attention. They need your reassurance. They need to be validated. Men like this are often just emotionally unstable. Some of them are ready for something serious, and they just get so excited that they just like don't know how to pump the brakes. Other guys are very manipulative about it and are using it to kind of gain your trust and control you. Other guys are narcissistic or sociopathic, and it's just the way their brain works. There are a lot of reasons why a guy is doing this, but it's usually not a sign of a healthy relationship in the works. So if you're kind of feeling the ick because it's just too much, too soon, it feels overwhelming, trust your instincts and walk away. I'm Allie, I'm a dating and mindset coach, and I've been through love bombing a couple times in my life, and I know that it's not fun. If you would like to work with me and really attract the kind of man that you deserve and figure out why you keep calling in the wrong kind of guys, I'm here for you. You can go to link in my bio to sign up for a session, or you can follow me on Instagram at Dating with Allie and send me a DM there.
Hey girl, so most people will think that this is an automatic love bombing, but that's not necessarily the case. Because here's the thing, most guys are really bad at dating, and so when you talk to them and listen to them, they're going to think that they're actually feeling amazing because they don't get that experience most of the time. Now, the way that I think about love bombing is in 3 ways. 1, if he's giving you pet names really early. 2, if he's over complimenting you, and this would be kind of a compliment. Now, if he does it like overly a lot where you're getting uncomfortable, that's love bombing. And 3, when he is future faking, when he's saying, oh yeah, I want to take you to Paris in Christmas, and you're like, it's July and we've been on 2 dates. What are you doing, dude? Here is the thing that I want you to understand. When he gives you a line like this, girl, you got to give him that Uno reverse, and you got to be like, so what do you like about me exactly? Now, he's probably going to malfunction. Why? Because he might not like anything about you. So if he talks about anything physical, or if he says something like, you're just different, or, you know, you, whatever it may be, or he'll say something like, if he's focused on the things that you do for him instead of the person that you are, got him. He's love bombing you, girl. Game over. No more love bomb over Baghdad for you, girl. I hope this helps as you differentiate between when you're getting love bombed and when you're not.
How to spot love bombing. Pay close attention, save the video so you can come back to it if you're questioning things. If someone is pouring their heart out to you, expressing how much they care about you and appreciate you and love you, I want you to ask them this question. I want you to say, okay, I accept that you love and appreciate me and care about me, and you're just expressing those feelings. But I would appreciate it if you could tell me what it is specifically that you love and appreciate about me in detail. One of 2 things are going to happen. Either they're going to express to you in detail what they love and appreciate about you specifically, or they're going to continue making these vague statements that really don't necessarily apply to you. They just apply to anyone. They'll say vague things like, I just love everything about you. I just love who you are. I just love everything that you do, you're just so amazing. You're so special. I've never met anyone like you. It just feels different with you. Those are all vague statements. And if they can't describe to you what they actually love about you, then they're just love bombing you.
Do not underestimate the man that starts slow. Do not underestimate the man that takes his time, that wants to get to know you before he does all the big things, because it is those men who will have that slow build and who will blow your mind with time. It's the ones that start off at 100% that cannot sustain that 100%. But if he starts slow, you know that he has boundaries, he has self-respect. He's not out here just trying to woo every woman he meets, but instead he's trying to get to know you. He's trying to be your friend. I think that we take for granted the ability for somebody to just be our friend because we esteem romance differently than we esteem our friendships, and we shouldn't do that. But when you think about a man who starts slow, he gets to slowly build your suspense, your anticipation, your expectations. He gets to get to know you without stretching himself too thin, and vice versa. Because if he does all the things for you that you want him to do for an entire year, and then he slowly falls off of that, he has nowhere to go. He has no place to build upon. He's already pulled out all of his best cards when he didn't even know you. And then before you know it, you looking up and now you got a man who has not done any of the things that he started off doing. Whereas if you date a man who starts slow and builds up when he starts to love you more, know you more, can trust you with his heart, can trust you with his finances, can trust you around his family and friends, can trust you with his vulnerabilities, can trust you with all of him, he gives you the world. Why do you be wanting men to give you the world when they just met you? That's an indication that he will make you his world. And that's not something that you want when a person just met you. That's a prime example of somebody that can easily make you an idol in their lives and then won't be able to sustain the position and the expectation that they set themselves on. They will put themselves on a pedestal and then get mad when you want them to stay there. So it's better to date a man who builds slow, who wants to get to know you, and who will slowly become all that you ever dreamed of based on getting to know you and based on him feeling safe enough to do those things for you.
I like this. Now we asking the real questions. Let's talk about it. I might just be some random dude, but I do got the sauce. Let's go. So it's really hard to tell the difference, but one way you can, and one key difference, is the consistency of their affection. If that affection is coming and going, if it's like a wave, one day it's up here and the next day it's down here and the next day it's up here, that's love bombing. But somebody who genuinely likes you, genuinely wants you, and wants to get to know you will be consistent about that affection. They will be doing things every single day that lets you know that they care about you, whether they know it or not.
There are two types of love bombers, okay? Let's break it down. Welcome to the Daddy Academy, okay? There's the manipulator, okay, which is a guy that understands what he's doing, okay? He's using love bombing, saying all those things. He wants to marry you. It's a connection like he's never felt before. He takes you on date after date after date. In the first week, you've seen him 3 times, marathon dates. He understands what he's doing, and he's doing this to try to sleep with you, okay? That's a tactic, and that's a manipulator. That's somebody who knows what he's doing, and it's doing it. The other type of love bomber is the insecure man, okay? It's coming from a place of insecurity, anxiety, that need for validation. He's not trying to manipulate you. Like, it's not coming from a malicious place in his mind, but those insecure feelings, he hasn't done the self-work, he's not quite emotionally intelligent, he doesn't even really know what he wants. What he does know is that he wants you, and he wants you to like him, and he wants to try to lock you in because he's afraid of losing you, because he is not secure in himself. Either way, it is not a healthy pace. Ladies, I hear about love bombing from you guys all day long. You have to keep a man at arm's distance, 1 date per week for the first month at least. Keep the texting to a minimum. Get to know him on the date, and you need to feel out if he's genuinely a healthy man and is pursuing you at an appropriate pace for how well he knows you at this moment.
Here's how you keep yourself safe from the trap of love bombing. Boundaries and assertiveness. Say it with me now. Boundaries and assertiveness. Love bombing is a technique that narcissists use by bombing you with love and affection and attention in the beginning of the relationship so that they get you hooked in, so that they can finally let their guard down and let their mask off and stop keeping up the facade, i.e. neglect and abuse you throughout the rest of the relationship. It's impossible to love bomb a well-boundaried and assertive person. How can they stay on the phone all night with you if you set boundaries on the amount of time a person is allowed to talk to you? How can they shower you with affection if you vet them first thoroughly before ever meeting them in person? How can they get you to move in with them, get enmeshed with them, buy a car with them, co-sign with them on something, share a bank account with them, to get married to them, get engaged with them? If you are thoroughly vetting someone for many months to a year before getting into a commitment with anyone, how can they text you all day and night if you set limits on the amount of time you'll spend texting with them? How can they hook you in with the great sex if you don't have sex with men outside of marriage? Finally, when you're assertive, you're telling the truth. So when you speak up and say, I notice you're not treating me as good as you used to treat me, despite the fact that they're going to gaslight you and try to throw a temper tantrum and get all upset with you, your assertiveness is your ability to tell the truth. So you stay focused on the truth, and a person cannot manipulate you.
Love bombing is a very unhealthy thing. And if a person is throwing the word love at you before y'all even in a relationship, before y'all done put some structure between the two of y'all, that's love bombing. And you should be very afraid of that, because there's never a healthy cause behind why someone is just throwing the word love at you without bringing proof with it. But you also have to understand, with vulnerability has to come protection. The more you are willing to open your heart, the more vigilant you have to be about when, where, why, and how you open it. You feel me? So if you've come into this space where you're ready to receive folks and you ready to move outside of survival mode, you have to be on alert of people who willing to take advantage of that. And a person I'm not trying to say this in an inflammatory way. I'm saying this in a way that you can to kind of give you a space to improve in, I guess. If love, the word, was able to get you that far off your square to where he was able to sleep with you, then you're not protecting yourself. This newfound vulnerability you have, you're not protecting it, okay? Because the word love should not be enough to gain access to these new vulnerable spaces. You had to do a whole lot more than say you loved yourself to gain access to those vulnerable spaces within yourself. And so a person just saying that they love you shouldn't be a key to anything.
When you meet somebody new, how can you tell the difference between love bombing and a genuine connection? Rule number 1, if it seems too good to be true, it is. If somebody seems too perfect, they are. If they are checking off all your boxes and love everything that you love and every hobby that you do, they also do. It's a lie. Toxic people tend to do this thing called mirroring, where they will mirror everything that you do. So they'll ask you a lot of questions about yourself, and then their life and their story will be very, very similar to yours. You get what I mean? But overall, there's a really, really easy way to tell whether somebody's love bombing you or you found somebody that's like a normal person. A healthy, regular, genuine connection is going to start off very slowly. You're going to have communication that's pretty constant, but it's going to gradually increase within time. This could look like you guys texting every day, and then within a month you're calling every day on work breaks, then hanging out more than once a week, etc., etc. When it's love bombing, it's all of that at once. They're texting you every day. They're calling you on their lunch breaks. They're asking to see you every other day. They're telling you that you are the most perfect person that they've ever met in their entire life, and they don't know how they ever went their life without knowing you. They're telling you that they're falling in love with you 2 weeks after meeting you. They'll make jokes like, oh my God, are you my soulmate? Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. It feels good to be love bombed. That's why it works. Who doesn't want to be told that they're the perfect person? Who doesn't want to be showered with compliments every second of every day? The reason love bombing works is because it caters to human ego. But that's when your instincts need to kick in a little bit. And if something feels like it's moving too fast or something feels a little off, it probably is. Stay safe out there. Be aware.
Story time. The difference between love bombing and high level effort. I've been love bombed before. He was beautiful and he was strong and so masculine that he laughed at me when I told him that other guys had told me I was intimidating. And from the day that we met, he texted me every day for a month, calling me my beautiful woman, telling me that he wanted to travel with me, and planning a future around a tomorrow that never came. The points to notice are the pet names and the talks of a far off future. Now on to high level effort. If there is still a little part of you that may not believe that you get to have the love that you deserve, high levels of effort is going to be a turnoff for you. If someone is giving you a high level of effort, they're making plans to see you in the immediate future. They're making their intentions clear, and they're asking you real questions about your life, not calling you pet names and making plans that never happen. Do you get what I'm saying?
Most men are not going to tell you that they just want to smash because they are not stupid. While there are some men in this world who are just straightforward and blunt, who will be like, listen, are you getting down or are you going home? Most men are not like that. Not only are most men not like that, a lot of women are not just that easy to get in their bed. You're not going to tell a lot of women, I just want to sleep with you. And they're going to be like, okay, let's go. So men understand that in order to get you to give them the box, the cookie, the snatch, they have to kind of take you along a fairy tale. And how they will do that is they will sell themselves as someone who cares for you, who wants to build with you, who sees a future with you, who makes time for you. They will ensure that you are comfortable, that there is a level of trust between you both, that you have built a level of friendship. Basically, to summarize, they will play the long game. Now, the difficulty for this, for a lot of women, is they do not realize that they're part of somebody else's long game with a different agenda to theirs. So the agenda of the man is to get the box. That's the fact. His agenda is to sleep with you. This, being nice to you, spending time with you, is a means to an end. The end goal that he has his eyes on is the box. Whereas with women, we are very much invested in the journey, in the friendship that we think we're building, in the trust that we think we're building together, in the future that in our mind we're planning. Two different wavelengths. So what will happen is a man will do all this. Obviously, a lot of women will fall in love or will start to think that man really cares for them, will open up, will give the man the box, and then problems come. It starts raining problems. And problems in the form of the time you used to spend together, you no longer spend. The ease in which you used to communicate, you no longer communicate. The assurity you had in your relationship, you no longer have. You often have a confusion about what's going on. So I very often flag, and I want to continue to flag to women, if you have slept with a man and things start changing, even if you can't pinpoint it to a specific day, you often have to consider that it might be because he just wanted to get the box from you. And I know that's something hard to think about and to digest, but unfortunately, this is a tactic that men use. It's not nice, but a lot of women are falling for it. So I just wanted to talk about it. Now, like I always say, there's always an exception to the rule for best results. Assume it's not you. No.
Things guys do when they're love bombing you. They will pull attention away from you. Like, let's say one day out of the blue, a guy either will add you on Snapchat or he'll follow you on Instagram, and then he'll start hitting you up with crazy energy. And once you guys are talking, he'll be asking you all kinds of questions, making you laugh, making you think he's a really smart, funny, charming guy. And then things will escalate. You'll start catching feelings for him. He'll start being really nice to you. Everything's going good. You guys will start hanging out. You're telling your friends about him. It looks like you guys are about to start dating. But then one day, you're just going to get this feeling like, I feel like we're growing apart. I feel like you've been more distant lately. And then you'll start to notice that he's not giving you the same energy. He's not responding as fast. He's barely responding at all even. And he's giving you these weak excuses. He might say things like, oh, it's not you, it's me. I've just been so busy lately. But in reality, what he did was get you hooked. Because he knows now that all he has to do is hit you up with a fraction of the energy he used to give you. And he can get whatever he wants from you. And you can tell when a guy's intentionally doing this because even while he's ignoring you, he will watch all your stories. But even more than that, he'll be one of the first people to view it because he's constantly checking your account. A good way to see if this is the case is hit the share button and then hit Instagram direct, and it will show you a list of 3 to 5 people who stalk you the most. And if he's on that list, even though he's ignoring you, you already know what that means.